Co-main event, flyweight championship of the world. Alexandre Pantoja coming in at -170 against Brandon Royval, sitting at +140. Over under 2.5 rounds, +130 for the over, -160 for the under. Pantoja looking to defend his title for the first time after getting against Moreno back at UFC 290, which we were at. That was a fun fight. I think this is going to be a super fun fight. I think the most underrated fight on the card. I know a lot of people, I mean, these aren't like super big names, but these guys can scrap. Royval coming off a big knockout against Mateusz Nicolau, which we were also there for, UFC Kansas City. Hit him with the knee and then put him out. So it's a good fight. I'm really looking forward to this one. The line there, Pantoja. One thing I'll note before I send it over to you, Pantoja fought Brandon Royval before and beat him. That was back in 2021, and the betting odds for that one were basically the same. He went and rear naked choked him in the second round, and we're getting the same line here. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I love Brandon Royval. Watching him, the style is so much fun. But you know, Alexandre Pantoja showed us, and not just the last fight against Moreno, but other fights, like he is just so well versed. Anywhere the fight goes, he can hang. Like he was able to hang with Moreno on the feet, and Moreno's boxing is so clean. He's able to hang with him there, land some good shots of his own, have him hurt. And then, you know, in the grappling department, there's not many guys at 125 who are going to be able to come down and grapple with Royval. It's just not going to happen. The guy's that, or sorry, not Royval, Pantoja. It's just not going to happen. The guy is so strong positionally. You know, he works from position to position. He's always looking for the submission, does good ground and pound. But Royval is just wiry, man. He's so fast for one. His movement's crazy. He'll catch you with these crazy knees like we saw in Kansas City against Nicolau. And you just never know. He's kind of the wild card where you don't know what you're going to get. He's either going to, you know, he might get hurt on the feet. You might be able to put him out, or he might come out like a bat out of hell, find a crazy submission, or knock you out himself. But I just think all in all, Alexandre Pantoja, man, just too solid. His resume, I mean, he beaten Perez by submission in the first round, made it look easy. And Perez is a tough fighter. Like you said, he's already beat Royval by submission. Manel Kopp, Brandon Moreno, which he did get outstruck in the fight, but at the same time, taking Brandon Moreno down 6 times in 5 rounds, not an easy feat by any means at all. He's able to do that, and you know, even scored the knockdown on Moreno. So he's just at too much of a high level for me to get behind Royval here. But if you are taking Royval, I can understand why, with the odds being the way they are. I mean, you're probably getting some value on him. And if he beats Pantoja, you're probably never seeing odds like that again. But, you know, for the pick, I got to go with Pantoja here. I'm a fan. He's a grinder. He's tough, and he can get it done any way possible. So I got to stick with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the Royval side, I'd probably take him inside the distance. But you know, on the other side, it's like Pantoja's never been finished. He's never been knocked out, never been submitted. The guy is cast iron. So I think it's a really uphill battle for Royval. I mean, I know he's gotten some finishes as of late. That big knockout against Nicolau, the submission against Matt Schnell, and then he had a decision win against Rogerio Bontorin. He's only had 2 decision wins in his entire career. That was one of them. And coming into this one against Pantoja, it's like I like Pantoja. I thought Pantoja was going to beat Moreno, and he did. I know there's a lot of controversy around that fight. It was a split decision. I thought watching it live, I thought Pantoja won for sure. I thought he won at least 4 rounds. I mean, at least 3. I thought he won 4. So coming in here, I mean, with the line being where it's at, -170 for Pantoja is the same as when he beat Royval 2 years ago. Since then, Pantoja's beaten Perez. He's beaten Brandon Moreno. And then you look at Royval, what he's done since then. Beat Rogerio Bontorin, who's not even in the UFC. Beat Matt Schnell, he's not like a title contender type guy. I mean, he's top 10, but he's a bit chinny, and he's just probably 10 to 15 range for me. And then he beat Mateusz Nicolau on the knee, which I don't expect him to come in here and get another knee knockout. I mean, I don't want to say it was like fluky, but it's not something that you can really recreate, because it's like the Edwards Usman head kick. It's like not something that you can get every fight. So Royval is dangerous. He's dangerous on the feet. He's dangerous on the ground. But I think Pantoja is good enough defensively. I mean, at least he's shown he's never been finished. So I think he's good enough defensively, very good offensively. I think Pantoja is going to defend the belt here. I think he'll be the pick for me. I don't mind the line whatsoever. So I like it. I like Pantoja this week.